Hey everyone. Many of you already know me, but for those of you that don't, my name is Josiah Stevens and I lead the worship ministry at Emmanuel Church. And I will be providing your midweek update and encouragement this week. Couple of announcements for you all. Our pastor Fletch and his wife Meg were actually scheduled to travel down to Louisville, Kentucky this week for the Together for the Gospel Conference. And that is not happening in Louisville anymore. And it is happening online, as many things are. So they are attending that from the safety of their own home. As a result, that there were already plans for our elder Ross Pereira to preach this week, and he is going to persevere with this, different way of preaching, remote preaching, and providing the sermon on Sunday morning. He'll be preaching on mountains. And while I know a little bit more about that, I will leave you in suspense. So you'll have to check that out on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. A couple of other announcements. So because of all of what's going on and the need to still do things together, but do them remotely, a couple of area churches have worked together to get a Zoom meeting account, and they are sharing that and coordinating that. And as a result, we'll be taking advantage of that in a couple of ways. And two of which are happening next week. And those are a men's Bible study on Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. And that men's Bible study will be on John 17, and it will be led by Francis McHugh. Also, the women's Bible study will be occurring on Wednesday from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And that will be on Joshua 3, and that will be led by Sue DeGeorge. So details in terms of the actual connection method and all that to come, but wanted to let you know that that is coming up next week. I wanted to leave you with a scripture verse of encouragement followed by a song. So Jeremiah 17:7 and 8 says, "Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose trust is in the Lord. He is like a tree planted by water, that sends out its roots by the stream and does not fear when heat comes, for its leaves remain green, and is not anxious in the year of drought, for it does not cease to bear fruit." So it's a good reminder that all the time, really, but especially in these times of just difficulty, anxiety, strangeness, our trust needs to be in Jesus. Our default, our autopilot will have us trying to trust in ourselves, but we will fail ourselves and one another every time, and Jesus will not fail. So here is a song called Trusting Jesus, and it is an old hymn, but it is set to a new tune. So I hope this encourages you this week.
Simply trusting every day, trusting through a stormy way, even when my faith is small, trusting Jesus, that is all. Brightly does His Spirit shine into this poor heart of mine. Well, He leads, I cannot fall, trusting Jesus, that is all. Trusting as the moments fly, trusting as the days go by, trusting Him whate'er befall, trusting Jesus, that is all. Singing if my way is clear, praying if the path be drear, if in danger for Him call, trusting Jesus, that is all. trusting Him whate'er befall, trusting Jesus, that is all. Trusting Him while life shall last, trusting Him till earth be past, till within the jasper wall, trusting Jesus, that is all. Trusting as the moments fly, trusting as the days go by, trusting Him whate'er befall, trusting Jesus, that is all. Trusting as the moments fly, trusting as the days go by, trusting Him whate'er befall, trusting Jesus, that is all.
May God bless you and keep you, and may you find your trust in Him and Him alone.